I recently came back from an awesome trip to Disney World. And while we were there dining with Mickey and friends, I tried way more cocktails than I probably should have. And all the while, I kept thinking to myself, I can totally make these at home. What's up, home bartenders? Today I'm going to show you how you can easily recreate 3 of my favorite Disney cocktails at home without paying resort prices. You ready? Let's do it!
Our first drink takes us to Tusker House at Animal Kingdom, the Blood Orange Margarita. Really enjoy this one, but it was a bit too sweet, so we're gonna change it up a little bit. Starting with 2 ounces of añejo tequila. The menu did say añejo tequila, so we're using the good stuff. After that, we want a little bit of Cointreau, 3/4 ounce of Cointreau. There we go, that's the end of that bottle. All right. After that, we're gonna do some fresh lime juice, 1 ounce. And finally, they did a blood orange sour, which I assume is like a sour mix. I'm using a blood orange syrup, so it's not gonna have the sour element, or at least not as sour, but I do have a full ounce of lime juice, so I think I'm gonna be good. All right, give it a good shaky shake. And they served this one in a Collins glass, which is kind of rare for a margarita, but we're gonna do it. Garnish with a citrus wedge.
Okay, the Blood Orange Margarita. I've actually made a version of this quite a few years ago. Probably different. I didn't use a blood orange syrup or blood orange sour. They actually used a blood orange sour. I decided to use my blood orange syrup and then add the sour in the form of the lime juice, which was already in the cocktail anyway. So let's see how I did. Oh, that's good. That tequila has a natural saltiness to it, so you don't really need that salt rim. You could totally add it, but with that quality añejo tequila, there definitely is a saltiness coming through. The citrus, Cointreau, and the blood orange syrup comes through. Mine is definitely way more tart. It's less red than I remember it being. That's probably because they just put way more syrup. And that was my main complaint with this one. I enjoyed it, but it was really sweet. But that's typical of resort cocktails. But this, oh yeah. If you go by my specs, way more enjoyable, way less sweet, more tart, and wonderful tequila. Oh, that's phenomenal. Hey guys, if you're loving the content and you're looking for a way to support the channel, I recently activated my membership section. There's some behind the scenes videos there. There's other little perks for members, obviously totally optional, but if you want to support, it helps me keep making awesome videos like this and more content, so please check it out. Otherwise guys, just, if you're not even subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell, get notified when we release new content. Let's keep going.
All right, for the next one, we're heading over to Crystal Palace at the Magic Kingdom. This is the Legacy Mimosa. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Mimosa with bourbon or Tennessee whiskey. So 1 ounce of Tennessee whiskey. I actually did 3/4 ounce, but then I kind of adjusted afterwards, so go with a full ounce. 1/2 ounce of Grand Marnier. And then we're gonna do 2 ounces of orange juice. Freshly squeezed obviously is better, although their menu said Minute Maid, so I guess it doesn't have to be. Give that a good shaky shake, serving it in a champagne flute, and then we're going to top it off with sparkling wine. All right, make sure it doesn't overflow. There it is. And this one doesn't get any garnish.
Legacy Mimosa. What I really loved about this one, I actually remember when I ordered it, I didn't even read. I felt like having a mimosa. I didn't even read that there was bourbon in there. And then when I drank it, I was like, oh, that's nice. Technically Tennessee whiskey, but same thing. I just offended all of Tennessee. Cheers. Oh yeah. I could even go a little more whiskey in that one. I did a full ounce. I was wondering whether to put a full ounce or a 3/4 ounce, because obviously I don't know what they're putting in Disney. A lot of these cocktail places, they'll pre-batch a lot of things. So in this case, they're probably pre-batching the whiskey, the orange juice, the Grand Marnier, and then they just put it in a glass, top it with Prosecco, and there you go. So I'm trying to find the specs for one cocktail. I feel like you could almost go, maybe dial back the orange juice a little bit to 1 3/4 ounce, and maybe do an ounce and a half of, let's try a little more. Because I was definitely picking up a little more bourbon. A little extra something, something. Oh yeah, there it is. I like that. So yeah, an ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half, just a touch more bourbon, maybe a touch less orange juice. It's a great mimosa. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, I've spent a lot of times on these videos saying how much I don't like orange juice in cocktails. And so like, why would I like mimosas? But there's a different, it's utilized differently. In a cocktail that uses orange juice as a balancing ingredient, like in place of lemon or lime, I find that it lacks acidity to properly balance the cocktail. A mimosa, on the other hand, the orange juice is a prime component of the drink. It's the base mimosa is just orange juice and sparkling wine. So that's why it's a perfect brunch drink, because orange juice is something that you drink in the mornings. You're just adding a little bit of sparkling wine to it. So in those applications, it works. In cocktails, in other cocktails where you're just adding half an ounce of orange juice to kind of balance and add citrus, I find it always lands flat. But yeah, very nice. Let's do the last one.
Our last drink takes us to Hollywood Studios at Minnie's Hollywood and Vine, the Coconut Gimlet. I also have this one at Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort, so it is available at multiple places in Disney. Starting with 2 ounces of gin, using a local gin. Then we want 3/4 ounce of coconut liqueur. I'm using Shipwreck coconut rum. Nothing too fancy here. You could use a Malibu, that would work fine. After that, we want some lime juice, 3/4 ounce as well. And then the recipe does call for some cardamom bitters. So go with 1 dash. I did 3, as you can tell, and that ended up being too much. Give it some ice, shakey shake. I'm gonna pour this into a rocks glass and garnish with a lime wheel.
The Coconut Gimlet. This was my favorite one. I think I had this one 3 times. Once at, or twice at Hollywood and Vine in Hollywood Studios. And then once at Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort. And I really liked it. And I'm not a fan of gimlets, but this with the addition of coconut adds another layer to it, and oh, it's fantastic. Now again, the recipe just said, it said gin, it was Hendrick's gin, and then it just said coconut and lime. So I don't know if they're using, I went with the coconut liqueur. They might be using a coconut syrup. It's definitely not cream of coconut because the drink was clear. It wasn't opaque white. So don't use Coco Lopez or any cream of coconut. It's more of a clear coconut syrup or a coconut liqueur. Now I was debating which coconut liqueur to use. I went with the Shipwreck because it's clear and it's sweeter and more coconut forward, whereas the Plantaray Cut and Dry, it's a richer rum flavor. The coconut is still very nice. There's almost a chocolate flavor to it. So I didn't think this was really the way to go. You could totally use Malibu here because it's got that sweetness and it's got that like intense coconut, slightly artificial, but intense coconut flavor. So yeah, don't feel like, Malibu has a place in the bar. Don't worry about that. You could use Malibu in this drink. This is great for sipping and other cocktails, but not for this use, I think. All right, let's taste it. Oh, that's nice. A little drier than, that is really nice. A little drier than I remember it in Disney. So they're probably using a coconut syrup. Simple syrup, add some like coconut essence, coconut extract, that would probably work. The gin's nice, it's tart. Those cardamom bitters, I naturally put a lot. It's funny, I recently had a comment, someone comment in my top 10 videos that I'm like, you said 2 dashes, but you dashed like 4 or 5 times. I like bitters. So I did a dash more. I'm picking up the cardamom a lot more than I did in Disney. So they might be just doing like 1 dash. I probably did like 2 or 3. So, and I might back off on this one because those cardamom bitters are really potent. So yeah, watch out how many dashes of cardamom. But other than that, this is phenomenal. If you wanted to sweeten it slightly, if you're using the coconut liqueur, maybe add a dash of simple syrup if you want to sweeten it more because it is quite tart, but I like it. Oh, that's good. Man. Coconut Gimlet. Phenomenal. Well, basically, I don't really need to rate these because I basically made them in the order that I like them. In third place, I gave it to the Blood Orange Margarita. In second place, to the Legacy Mimosa. And in first place, to the Coconut Gimlet. I really enjoyed these cocktails in Disney World. I'm a huge Disney nerd, so is my wife, and we're getting our kids into it. I can't wait till we go on our next trip to Disney, and hopefully they kind of swap their cocktail menu and I can try this all over again. Are there other Disney cocktails that you've had that you'd like me to try or recreate here? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, if you're new to bartending, you want to know the top 10 cocktails that you should know how to make at home, check out this video right here. Otherwise, if you want to see 4 Star Wars themed tiki cocktails, check out this video right here. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.